Probably not the last time we'll say this season, but a very daunting stretch of Big Ten basketball for the Wisconsin Badgers. A Friday night home matchup against the Purdue Boilermakers, and then on Monday night, Wisconsin will be back on the road in College Park to take on the Maryland Terrapins before returning home for a matchup next Saturday here at the Kohl Center against the Michigan Wolverines. We'll check out some of the highlights from Friday's game between the Badgers and the Boilers. We'll also introduce you to another one of the newer faces to the Wisconsin roster, Freshman Taylor Currie. And we'll also touch base on a couple of younger Badgers, get you some progress reports on those two guys, and also let you know on how a senior is helping the Badgers right now in ways far beyond scoring. It's all part of our weekly sit-down with head coach Greg Gard coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
To get it across half court. Boilermakers up 5 in the early minutes at the Kohl Center. Davison throws to Trice high on the left. Back to Brad on the drive, right of the lane, runs it up off the glass and rim, no good. Rebound battered around, dug out by Happ, left shoulder turned up and in with the right hand. Ethan earning that one. It's now 11-8 Purdue. Gets it to Pritzl, feeds Happ left to the circle. Happ holding. Now a couple of dribbles to the free throw line. Moves in on Harms, went down, no call, shot up, no good. He'll try again. Yes, it counts, and a foul. And one for Ethan Happ. Davison out front against Carson Edwards, throwing to Happ. Happ against Travion Williams. Now Trice for three, right of the circle. There it is. Dimitri Trice. Let's see if that gets him going. Left goes into Eastern, backing in on King. Backing, left lane line, up right hand. Bounced off the rim, no good. Ethan Happ the rebound for Wisconsin. Happ on the dribble, right sideline to the offensive end. Picked up by Aaron Wheeler. Happ with a bounce into Reavers, low on the left, up and in. What a feed from Happ. Reavers finishes. Badgers are within 2. Here's King against Carson Edwards, outside right. A pass for Happ at the top. Happ sends to Davison, right wing. Davison, a step back, long two, good. Just inside the arc. First points for Davison. 37-36 Purdue with 23 seconds left in the first half. He gathers outside right. Nate, one dribble, leaves it for Davison around a Reavers screen. Brad steps back, shovels to Reavers. Open three, right of the circle, good. First hit from distance for Nate Reavers. Badgers pull within 1, 40-39 Purdue. Trice sets the offense for Wisconsin. Throws to Reavers out high, feeds Davison for three. Left side, off the rim and in. Friendly bounce for Brad Davison, ties the game at 42. Davison left side, he'll throw to Happ. Driving on Harms, out to Davison for three, left side, money. Brad Davison from distance, 47-44 Wisconsin with 14:15 remaining. Klein defends, a pass for Happ, right of the circle, hands off to Davison, shuffles in the lane. Gets it to Happ, mid-post right, Ethan backing on Harms, up left hand, good, it counts and a foul. Another and one chance for Ethan Happ as the Badgers pull within 2 and a free throw coming up. 11 bounce pass to Reavers. He draws the quick double. Tossed it back out to Pritzl. Feeds Davison. Knifing down the lane. Runs it up. Too hard. No good. Iverson a tip. No. Back tapped Reavers. Gathered by Pritzl. Feeds Iverson. Baseline left. 15-footer. Good. Khalil Iverson was 7. Trice against Eastern. Ball screen from Happ. Trice long two, right side, off the rim, no good. Rebound dug out of there by Iverson. Feeds Davison for the tie. Got it! We are tied at 67 at the Kohl Center. 15 on the shot clock. Trice looking, throws to Pritzl, left corner three. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound batted around, Happ has it. Feeds Trice, he'll try three. Left of the circle, good off the glass. Trice hits a triple, Badgers within 1. 74-71 Purdue. 22 seconds to play. Here comes Dimitri Trice, Eastern defending. Trice out front, Happ the ball screen. Trice for three in the tie. Got it! Tie game here in Madison at 74.
Definitely know that's another loss on our record that we definitely beat ourselves. Kind of something we talked about in the locker room, just coming out. We need to find a way to come out with a sense of urgency and to be our own energy from the start. Those are all things that we pride ourselves on with free throws and turnovers. So it's a learning opportunity. It has to be a learning curve. With conference play starting, we got to figure it out and get better from it.
This is Wisconsin basketball. Stolen by Ethan Happ. Happ to the rim, and he hammers it down with the right hand. He'll drive to the goal and hammers it down. And running into Davison, who takes the charge again. The feed to Trice, who splashes a triple. Out the fourth, the three left of the circle, tie game.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
This is where amazing happens, where ideas turn into realities. This is where they developed a better way to observe blood flow, a better way to visualize pediatric heart surgeries before they even happen. You see, at UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital, they're not just changing the lives of their patients, they're changing the way the world treats complex pediatric conditions. UW Health. Remarkable.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
Definitely something that we always talk about, whether it's getting kills on defense or just getting momentum on offense. I think when you have a team down or you have them reeling, it's kind of when you got to step on their throat and finish the game. It's something that we didn't do today. And again, when you fall down early and you are clawing back all game, that makes it tough. So something we need to work on, something to get better at. Because once we lock in and have that energy, we can compete with anybody, and we're a tough team to match up against. So something we need to work on and come out with more energy and fire.
Defensive rebounding and turnovers, two things we pride ourselves on. Like I said, we've been so good in the turnover department. We let them get going early. 9 of the first 11 points. Obviously, Klein, Eifert, and Edwards all get threes. All mistakes defensively, but we rebounded from that. And I thought we, even though they hit some shots, we did some decent things defensively on the perimeter after that flurry. But you're going to have a hard time when you turn it over that much and then don't clean up the glass on those ends. So credit to Purdue for taking advantage of that. But we've got to be a lot better in that regard.
He's a really good player, probably one of the best in the country, or definitely is one of the best in the country. He's a great competitor. He's extremely fast, and he has a lot of lift on his shot. So even if you're there, you're not necessarily always contesting it. And he always kind of has a clear look at the basket. That's a team defensive assignment. We need a lot of help and a lot of gap around him. You know what? Great players have great games, and he had one tonight.
I honestly think that is a blessing, especially in the basketball program. I think that we can look over the film tomorrow in film session, and then we got to get right back ready for Maryland on Monday.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.
Reavers spins, fires, and hits it. At 6'10", nice touch.
Really nice touch, and just a guy that gets better every time you see him.
It's a fairly quick turn for the Badgers after a Friday night home game against the Purdue Boilermakers. It's back on the road, hopping on an airplane on Sunday for a Monday night game against the Maryland Terrapins down in College Park, and then back to the Kohl Center for a Saturday 11 a.m. tip-off against the Michigan Wolverines. Well, Greg, as your guys go through this Big Ten schedule, I think fans are pretty intrigued, maybe just flat out excited about some of these younger guys who are growing. And we'll start with a guy like Nate Reavers. I know you mentioned many times in a perfect world he was redshirted last year. He didn't have that luxury, but the way his Big Ten season, when you guys jump back into league play, he never backed down from anybody before. There's just more of him. It seems like he's a little bit stronger now and can hang in there a little bit longer.
Yeah, he can definitely. I think we've seen a growth and obviously strength and weight that comes with that strength. Or strength that comes with the weight, whichever way it works. But you can see that he's now on the defensive end, and one thing, rebounding, but he's starting to really establish himself more consistently in the post. So he's always been pretty talented and comfortable on the perimeter, but now he's understanding and embracing the fact that he's stronger and bigger and can do some things positively for us offensively in the post.
Yeah, that's I think fans really caught their eye in the Minnesota game where the outside shot wasn't falling, but as you said, okay, that's not falling. Let's go inside, where last year that might have been difficult for him to do that. More doable now.
Yeah, I think he's becoming more and more of a complete player. What I mean by that is, obviously, like I mentioned before, the comfort that he has on the perimeter. Now he's understanding he is a big guy, and how do you use that? How do you enforce yourself? And he's always had the will and the fight. And that's why he got on the floor last year, because he would battle. He didn't have enough behind that battle. Right now, he's got more to it. He'll add more to it as he gets older and goes through the next couple years here. But I like what I've seen in terms of his aggressiveness and his toughness and him wanting to be in the lane. That's one thing. That's some of the battle sometimes with big doesn't mean they're always the will is to go in there and work for positioning and battle every possession. He has that. He's not afraid to stick his nose in and get knocked around and do some positive things.
And then having said that, in the Penn State game last Sunday, he brings out the little step back three, which he claims he hit a step back shot last year. I can't seem to remember that, but I'll take his word for it.
He remembers
That's right. Yeah, I would think he would probably remember that better than the rest of us. But even he said maybe not quite the distance of the three he hit at Penn State. That's a sweet little part of the arsenal for him if that's something that's going to be around.
Yeah, adding that, and I think that'll continue to grow. And obviously, you don't want to live and die by that. But that's the comfort on the perimeter that he has. He really is becoming more comfortable with the ball in his hands. He's not afraid to attack and make plays. And obviously, at that size, he's so 6'11". You think, yeah, he's big, but when he really spreads out, he's got length on both ends of the floor, and he goes over the top of people offensively. And obviously, I think he's surprised people at times with his length and ability to affect shots defensively.
Yeah, you mentioned that affecting shots. He's had about half of his blocks have come in a couple of games, the Stanford game and then the Penn State game. But it's, the block shots are part of the statistics, but shots altered. Would imagine you guys keep pretty good track of that. It's not just the 14 blocks in those two games. It's a lot of other things.
It is, and it's a mindset that if you block one or two or three, offensively, the team's coming in there, the opponent's coming in there with the idea looking around, where is he? And I know, because we've seen that. We've seen when a shot blocker, the impact they can have mentally. You try to block it out, you try to make sure that they don't have that effect, but that is the effect of a shot blocker. They're always offenses are looking over their shoulder of where is he coming from, is he coming, and that can make an impact too.
I had an interesting chat with Ty Strickland earlier, or within this past week, and he's admitting he's still growing, still learning on the fly, and in addition to listening to you guys as coaches, he says he likes to pick the brain of a Dimitri Trice, even a Trevor Anderson, who's hurt in the rehab process right now. I think as people get to know him a little bit, he's well-spoken, he seems humble, and seems willing to learn. Reading that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this has been a great experience for him, and great is a big definition, meaning it's been hard because there's been some reality checks in terms of coming from high school to this level, but it's also been a great learning opportunity for him, as you mentioned. I've watched when Coach Oliver's had Dimitri Trice in watching film. Now Ty is his understudy. He's sitting there watching Dimitri on film and listening to what Coach Oliver talks about and talks meets through. So I thought that was a great addition for Ty to jump on that and take advantage of that to try to expedite his learning curve, so to speak. So it's not him on film maybe watching the same miscues or alterations that need to be made to his game when he's on the floor. He's already watched another player older than him and learned from that experience.
And he's one of those guys who can bounce back and forth, scout team to rotation guys. I was talking to him this week as you were getting ready for Purdue. He was liking it being Carson Edwards, just being able to let it fly. We've seen that through the years with guys, but I would think he gave you guys a pretty good look.
He does. He does provide a pretty good look when that comes. Obviously, the volume that you get over 40 minutes that comes from a Carson Edwards is hard to replicate, but the speed at which comes off screens and the ability to really make plays with the ball, Ty does that really well, and he's emulated other players pretty well that have that type of quality to their game.
I want to ask you about one of the older guys here in about a minute that we have left in this segment, Khalil Iverson, tremendous athlete, and I think that Penn State game stands out. He did not attempt a shot, but he sure helped you guys win, didn't he?
He did. He did a terrific job defensively, and we don't stat specifically matchups per se because we're so help-oriented and there's so much switching that goes on, so you can't say, well, when he was in the game and he was on player X, they didn't score, because there's so many other variables that go to that. But rebounding, assists, just making plays, blowing up some things, so to speak, in terms of what he did defensively, just a positive impact across the board, even though he didn't score. And we've talked about that several times. There's so many ways you can impact the bottom line of a game, winning versus losing, that maybe don't get written about, don't get the headlines, aren't on the highlights when you watch the recap of the game, so to speak, but they're invaluable in terms of your outcome and how good your team can be.
Yeah, without a doubt, he can be a real disruptor out there, Khalil Iverson, one of the seniors on this Badger team. Coach Gard returns in a few minutes with a great day and great question of the week as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Ever since she can remember, she's wanted to become a doctor, a surgeon to be exact. Maybe it's because she's good at science, or because she loves math, or maybe it's because Lydia was born with a serious craniofacial anomaly, a cleft lip and palate that required a series of complex surgeries. And now she just wants to help others, just like the surgeons at UW Health helped her. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Knowing he was going to redshirt doesn't mean it's been easy for Taylor Currie, but there's a big group redshirting this season, and it's become a close group as well.
As a competitor, you don't like sitting out, and you have to treat practice like it's game day, because that's the only time that you can kind of really get that competitive spirit out. But I think that knowing that it's what's best for you in the long run and kind of taking it with a grain of salt and just, hey, like, I got to do this because I want to do that in the future. It's that mindset is comforting, and having a group of guys that you're going through it with, that you're close with, and that we're all dealing with the same things, and we can kind of pick each other up on bad days and enjoy each other on good days. I think that's super helpful.
Currie came in knowing what was in front of him. He knew the program history, and he had a plan.
I think you look at Ethan and what it did for him. Maybe not, oh, I'm going to be the next Ethan Happ. I don't think that crossed my mind. But, like, you know, I see what it did for him and how the year helped him. And he had a great year his freshman year. And I think sitting out a year and playing against Frank prepared him. And, okay, maybe I have the same opportunity to come out and sit out a year and play against Ethan. And that prepared, hopefully that'll help prepare me to have a helpful year next year.
Currie is young for a freshman. Essentially, he doubled up academically his junior year in high school to reclassify to the 2018 class.
I knew that there was going to be an opportunity because of where my academics were to do it. And I had, you know, I came on a visit here and they were like, hey, like, you know, there's this opportunity for you to come in here and do this. And I was like, that's, you know, that's something that I think I'd really like to do because, you know, it gives you an opportunity to develop and competing against guys like Ethan every day in practice. And if you come back to high school, you're probably not getting that opportunity. So I thought that it was something that would be great for my growth. My workload academically, I would say, was a lot heavier than most of the seniors I was graduating with. A lot of them were in like 4 gym classes, and I was taking straight like big classes you need to graduate. But I'm glad I did. It really helped prepare me for the transition to college.
And Taylor's a confident kid, so he doesn't lack confidence, and that's good because he wants to go out there and compete. He wants to win on the scout team. He wants to win shooting drills and you know, post work with the big guys with Ethan Happ, and that's good to see because sometimes what's inside of you is the most important of all, and Taylor's definitely got a motor in him to be really good, and he's going to continue to work.
I think coming in locked in every day to try and do everything as well as you can in the classroom, in the weight room, and on the floor, that's been my biggest area of improvement. And you know, as a competitive person, like, I want to come into practice every day and I want to be the best. So you have to come in locked in and focused in with a mindset ready to do that. I am really hitting the weight room hard and trying to put on weight, and I think that's a big thing. But I think the biggest thing for me in terms of trying to earn time next year would just be doing whatever the coach is asking me, regardless of, you know, rebound, defend, take shots when they're there, all those kind of things. But I've always been kind of a team guy first, and I think that mentality is what will earn you the most time. And I just want to do whatever I can to help the team win next year, whatever role that may be.
For the Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard, I'm Jay Williams.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is presented by UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and it comes from Mark up in Menominee. To coach, understand that Bronson Koenig back in town, a chance to work with the team a little bit. Kind of fun to see yet another former Badger player come back and help out the scout team.
Yeah, he picked the day when you come in and get a lot of shots.
Smart guy.
Yeah, you know when Carson Edwards was on the report, so you come in and shoot the ball. But it's good to see. We've had a lot of guys back over the even this year. I mean, that's been kind of the tradition. Guys will come back. A lot of them have real jobs now, so they find out specifically if we don't have a late practice, they have a hard time getting in during the week. But weekends, you tend to get a lot of guys back. And Bronson's in between contracts from playing professionally, so he's trying to keep himself in shape and stay sharp. And what better way to come in and shoot about 30 shots in practice running against our live defense.
Absolutely.
So it was good to see him.
All right, we appreciate your question. The Great Dane with the location up in Wausau, as well as the 4 Madison locations, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Coach Gard Show returns on Thursday night at 7 o'clock at the Great Dane Hilldale location. Badgers on the road Monday in College Park against the Barrow Terrapins. 7:30 tip Central Time, and then an 11 a.m. tip coming up on Saturday, Alumni Weekend, as the Badgers take on the Michigan Wolverines. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
There is a boy who likes tractors and trains, a boy whose heart was far too strained. He was sick, you see, with a heart that broke. His heart needed fixing, his family needed hope. Enter our doctors with their newfangled tests. Enter our teams whose care is the best. Healthy and happy, the little boy's back, playing with tractors and trains on his track. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.